Imagine walking into a fast food joint where burgers are served by robots, or where every meal comes with a side of eerie silence because talking is banned. Sounds bizarre, right? Well, these weren't just wild ideas. They were real restaurants that opened with big dreams but crashed harder than a soggy French fry. From taco spots run by celebrities to burger chains that made customers cringe, these strange fast food experiments left a trail of confusion, disappointment, and empty cash registers. So let's dive in. Fast food is all about convenience, affordability, and let's be honest, delicious guilty pleasures. But every now and then, a restaurant comes along that tries to reinvent the wheel and ends up crashing spectacularly. Some were too weird for their own good. Others had ideas that sounded great on paper but flopped in execution, and a few were just plain disasters from the start. From burger joints with futuristic gimmicks to themed restaurants that went way too far, these fast food failures prove that not every idea is a winner. Some tried to be too healthy, some tried to be too fancy, and others were just, well, completely bizarre. The result? Empty dining rooms, financial meltdowns, and the kind of reputation no restaurant ever wants. So what were the strangest fast food concepts that bombed big time? Well, buckle up, because some of these are so outlandish you won't believe they actually existed. Number 7. McDonald's Arch Deluxe, 1996 to 1997. In 1996, McDonald's set out to revolutionize fast food. They weren't just launching another burger, they were making a statement. The Arch Deluxe was designed to be the premium burger for sophisticated adults, a bold departure from McDonald's traditional family-friendly image. It had a fancy potato flour bun, a special mustard mayo sauce, and high-quality beef. This wasn't for kids, this was a burger with elegance. To drive the message home, McDonald's poured a staggering $100 million into marketing. Commercials featured children disgusted by the Arch Deluxe, emphasizing that this was a burger made exclusively for grown-ups. The campaign was everywhere, from TV screens to billboards, hyping up the idea that McDonald's had finally created a refined fast food experience. But then, disaster struck. Customers weren't biting. The Arch Deluxe was too expensive for a McDonald's meal, and the very adults they targeted weren't impressed. Fast food was supposed to be quick, cheap, and familiar. Who needed sophistication from a drive-thru? Worse, the burger just didn't taste that special. The hype collapsed, and sales never took off. By 1997, the Arch Deluxe was dead, taking its multi-million-dollar marketing push down with it. It became one of the biggest failures in fast food history, a cautionary tale of a brand straying too far from its roots. McDonald's had learned a painful, expensive lesson. Not every reinvention is a recipe for success. Number 6. Wienerwald, 1970s to 1980s. In the 1970s, a bold new fast food chain emerged, promising to revolutionize the industry with something completely different: roast chicken. Not burgers, not fries, but golden, crispy, flavorful rotisserie chicken. This was Wienerwald, a German-based franchise that had already taken over Europe by storm. Its founder, Friedrich Jahn, envisioned a world where Americans would swap their greasy burgers for juicy, slow-roasted poultry. With confidence soaring, Wienerwald aggressively expanded into the US, opening hundreds of locations. They weren't just another fast food joint, they were the alternative, offering something classier, healthier, and more sophisticated than McDonald's or KFC. The gamble seemed foolproof. Then, everything unraveled. Americans weren't ready to ditch their burgers for rotisserie chicken. Fast food was all about speed and convenience, but Wienerwald's process took too long. Worse, the menu lacked the indulgence that made other fast food chains thrive. No crispy fried skin, no rich savory sauces, just plain roasted chicken. The competition was brutal, and Wienerwald struggled to attract loyal customers. Financially, the company stretched itself too thin. The US expansion drained resources, and by the 1980s, stores began closing one by one. The American dream collapsed, and the company declared bankruptcy. Today, Wienerwald survives in a few European locations, but its US invasion remains one of fast food's greatest miscalculations. Proof that even a strong idea can fail if the market just isn't hungry for it. Number 5. Rack's Roast Beef, 1980s to 1990s. In the fast food battleground of the 1980s, Rack's Roast Beef wasn't just another burger joint, it was a rising powerhouse. Founded in Springfield, Ohio in 1967, originally as Jack's, the chain took roast beef sandwiches mainstream, rivaling Arby's with its signature slow-roasted beef, ham, turkey and chicken sandwiches. By the mid-80s, Rack's had exploded to over 500 locations across 38 states, offering not just sandwiches, but baked potatoes, pizza, tacos, and a self-serve salad bar. Then things got weird. Instead of refining its identity, Rack's went all in on a chaotic menu expansion, trying to be a little bit of everything to everyone. Fast food, fine dining, a salad buffet, even Asian food. Customers were confused and branding became a mess. To make things worse, their 1990s marketing gamble, Mr. Delicious, was a deadpan middle-aged cartoon mascot that just wasn't appetizing. The campaign flopped hard. By 1992, the overexpansion and identity crisis caught up to Rack's. It filed for bankruptcy, locations started shuttering, and ownership bounced around aimlessly. The once promising brand crumbled, leaving behind only a handful of nostalgic outposts in Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. Today, Rack's is a ghost of its former self, a relic of a fast food experiment that couldn't decide what it wanted to be. It serves as a cautionary tale. In the world of fast food, clarity is king, because trying to be everything often leads to be nothing at all. Number 4. Kenny Rogers Roasters, 1991 to 2000s. In the early 1990s, country music legend Kenny Rogers had a vision. What if fast food could be healthy? Alongside former Kentucky Governor John Y. Brown Jr., he launched Kenny Rogers Roasters in 1991, a chain focused on juicy, flavorful rotisserie chicken served with home-style sides like mac and cheese, baked potatoes, and famous homemade muffins. It wasn't just another fried chicken joint. It was wholesome, family-friendly, and a step above traditional fast food. For a while, the concept worked. By the mid-90s, Kenny Rogers Roasters had exploded across the US with over 350 locations. It even won multiple Best Chicken Chain awards. But then, things started unraveling. The competition was fierce. Boston Market offered a nearly identical concept but expanded faster. Meanwhile, customers weren't flocking to rotisserie chicken in a world still obsessed with burgers and fries. By the late 90s, the chain was in trouble. Despite Rogers' star power, the brand failed to hold on to its early momentum. In 1998, it declared bankruptcy, leading to mass closures across the US. While the brand vanished stateside, it strangely found new life in Asia, where franchises flourished, especially in Malaysia and the Philippines. Today, Kenny Rogers Roasters survives, not in America, but in distant corners of the world, a reminder that even celebrity-backed fast food isn't immune to failure. Number 3. Burger Chef, 1954 to 1982, the fast food giant that vanished. Before McDonald's ruled the fast food world, there was Burger Chef, a rising giant that once seemed unstoppable. Launched in 1954 in Indianapolis, Indiana, Burger Chef pioneered many fast food staples, including the flame broiler and the first ever kids meal, the Fun Meal. At its peak in 1973, it boasted 1,200 locations, trailing only McDonald's in size. The chain had a unique charm. It offered burgers like the Big Chef and Super Chef, and customers loved the Works Bar, where they could customize their sandwiches. With playful mascots like Burger Chef and Jeff, and creative marketing, it seemed destined for greatness. But cracks began to show. In 1968, General Foods took over, accelerating expansion but failing to sustain quality. A failed international push into Australia resulted in massive losses. Then came the biggest blow. McDonald's Happy Meal copied their Fun Meal concept, sparking a lawsuit that Burger Chef lost. By 1982, struggling against competitors, General Foods sold the brand to Hardee's parent company, Imasco, for $44 million. One by one, locations rebranded or closed, and by 1996, Burger Chef was officially gone, leaving behind only nostalgia and a forgotten legacy. Though Hardee's occasionally revives the Big Chef, Burger Chef remains a ghost of fast food history, a lesson that even innovation isn't enough to guarantee survival. Number 2. Pudgie's Famous Chicken, 1981 to 1990s, the skinless experiment that couldn't survive. In the fast food battlefield of fried chicken, Pudgie's famous chicken tried to do the impossible, convince customers that healthier fried chicken was the future. Founded in 1981 in Bethpage, New York, Pudgie's took a bold approach: skinless fried chicken with 25% less fat than its competitors. It was an idea that promised guilt-free indulgence, but would it sell? At first, it did. Pudgie's expanded across Long Island, becoming a franchise by 1989. It had a secret batter recipe and a loyal following, but it never reached the dominance of KFC or Popeyes. By 2002, struggling with growth, the brand was sold to True Food Systems Incorporated. Then came Pudgie's Naked Chicken Company in 2014, a full rebrand aimed at modernizing the brand. The goal? Fresh ingredients, healthier options, nothing frozen. But there was a problem. Fast food customers weren't looking for healthy fried chicken. They wanted crispy, indulgent, skin-on goodness, not a nutritionist-approved version. The concept failed fast. The last Pudgie's Naked Chicken Company closed by 2016, and only 3 original Pudgie's locations remain. Pudgie serves as a cautionary tale, a brand that tried to rewrite the rules of fast food, but ultimately discovered that people don't go to fried chicken joints for diet food. Number 1. Hot and Now, 1980s to 2000s. The fast food phantom that vanished. Imagine a fast food chain where speed was king. No seating, no counters, just a drive-thru window and a simple menu of dirt cheap burgers, fries and drinks. That was Hot and Now, a bold experiment in fast food launched in 1984 in Kalamazoo, Michigan by Bill Van Dommelen. His goal? To streamline the fast food experience, offering hot food now, hence the name. At its peak, Hot and Now had 150 locations across 15 states, riding high on its promise of quick, affordable meals. But then the decline began. Some blame Taco Bell, which overshadowed Hot and Now after its 1990 acquisition by PepsiCo. Others say the brand expanded too fast, struggling against McDonald's, Burger King and Wendy's, giants with deeper pockets and better marketing. By the late 90s, locations started vanishing. PepsiCo lost interest, and by the time Hot and Now switched hands, it was too late. The final blow? Poor management and dwindling franchise support. Today, only one lone Hot and Now remains in Sturgis, Michigan, a ghostly relic of a once promising brand. It serves as a reminder that in the cutthroat world of fast food, speed alone isn't enough. You need staying power too. And there you have it, some of the strangest fast food restaurants that tried to revolutionize the industry but ended up as cautionary tales. From ambitious concepts like Hot and Now's ultra-speedy drive-thru model to Pudgie's skinless fried chicken, these chains had ideas that stood out but couldn't stand the test of time. Some expanded too fast, others faced corporate mismanagement, and a few just couldn't compete with the fast food titans dominating the industry. But that's the beauty of fast food. For every success story, there's a bizarre short-lived experiment that leaves behind a fascinating legacy. Whether it was Burger Chef's innovative but ill-fated fun meal, or Kenny Rogers Roasters' attempt to make rotisserie chicken a mainstream staple, these brands remind us that even great ideas aren't always enough. Still, nostalgia is powerful. Many of these brands, though long gone, live on in the memories of those who once enjoyed them. Who knows, with the rise of retro food revivals, maybe one day we'll see some of these strange fast food flops make an unexpected comeback. Until then, they remain deliciously weird footnotes in fast food history, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss our newest uploads. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.